Welcome back to SnowRunner, guys, and today we are going to be checking out the new KRS Bandit. Now, the PTS has been updated again. We are currently in version 10.3 as opposed to 10.2 as we were before, and I'm going to be doing another video where I actually dive deep into what is actually changing and what has changed. But for this video, we're going to be diving into the KRS Bandit and having a look at it and building it up. So let's go ahead and go straight to the spawn menu, and let's find it first. Not sure if they've actually, moved it around or anything. There it is, KRS 58 Bandit. And if you remember beforehand, this was literally just, basically, a untextured box with wheels. But this is basically the KRS Bandit that you are going to be getting in Phase 2. And it is super interesting. Super interesting looking. It actually looks very different from anything that we've seen previously in the game. So, now granted, yes, it's an 8x8 and it looks similar in that regard, but it's a very different type of, cab configuration and bed configuration, and also the crane on top is different as well. So, let's go ahead and actually have a look around inside. Wow, look at all this stuff. You could actually see there's not only a CB radio, but there's, a little miniature toolkit and a little first aid kit chilling in the interior. You've got, wow, a giant seating area in here. Somebody's jacket and hard hat back there. Really cool. So let's fire it up and take it into the garage and do a little bit of customization with it. Gets up to 4th gear pretty quick. Literally, I took off, bumped the clutch, and it immediately went to 4th gear. So let's go straight into the customization and go through all of the options. So your stock specs are going to be power to weight rating of B+, durability of A-, and fuel consumption of A- with a fuel capacity of 150 liters. Now, let's see. Your stock tire size is going to be a 51 though, and all-wheel drive is going to be always on, diff lock, always on, so you don't have to really ever worry about that. Engines-wise, you get the LAZ6T60, LAZ6T195, IMZ6 and LAZ6 TA240, which is going to bring your power to weight rating to A+, which is really good, but it's going to bring your fuel consumption down to B, so you kind of got a little bit of a trade-off there. Gearbox-wise, you have balanced, high range, and off-road. We're going to throw the off-road one in it. Suspension-wise, you really have, well, you get one option, and that's it. Tire-wise, you have 3 highway options, 3 all-terrain options, 3 off-road options, 1 mud option, which is actually a full-on 8x8 Tega tire configuration. And regardless of what your opinions of the Tega tires are, or whether or not you think they're a good tire, they are extremely capable and are nothing to be sneezed at. So I am actually going to throw the Tega tires on this one. But if you also wanted to use a chained option, you have the UAD3 all chains as well. Now, winch-wise, you obviously have a gigantic one right here in the front, but as far as specific options go, you have the stock medium, extended medium, advanced medium, and high power medium. We're going to put the advanced medium in this thing. I almost did the high power medium. Don't ask me why, I just did. So let's see. The KRS 58 crane comes as a default, and we'll be leaving it on there. Now, you get a default sideboard bed basically from the get-go as well, but you could swap that out for a flat bed or you could swap it out for a van body. The only thing you have to be aware of there is that obviously deletes the crane. So you got the seismic vibrator module, you've got the sideboard bed which you already had, the fuel tank which weighs it down like crazy, trunk repair supplies up top, which interestingly enough don't seem to delete the crane, which I'm all about that. And if you want to haul semis with this thing, you also have a saddle high and saddle low option, which with both of those, you can keep the crane, which is a really nice detail, actually. Why do those cost the same? They shouldn't. That one sits way lower than that one. Let's put it on that one. So now, let's do, well, I'm not going to really worry about the top lights because I don't want to delete the cargo up top. Whoa, this is cool. Slanted bumper, heavy-duty pipe bumper, light cage, crossbar with fog lights. That's sick. Stock 1 and Savior setup, which, oh, that seems to delete the top setup, though. I'm going to do the heavy-duty pipe. That looks sick. And Action wheels, that's about it. And then, obviously, you have the default design, but you also have, whoa, You have your standard colors, and then you have some other designs as well that look really different, but yet really cool. I'm down for these, man. Like, I dig them. I really dig this stuff. Like, this red and purple, like, and violet thing they got going on. It's different, but I really like the black and red and orange as well. There's a lot going on here, a lot. But now let's go to our bobbleheads. We're going to throw beans on the dash, as we always would. I don't know why we have a bunch of those. And we'll throw the pine tree in there this time. Stickers-wise, take my winch, Freedom Bird, and no road, no problem. Exterior-wise, we're going to throw Harsh Driver, and let's see, Wild Truck Association, and, well, we could do a roof decal, but that's not going to matter. But we can't do one on the other side. That's interesting. Huh. You could do it on one side, but not the other side. It's very, very weird. All right, let's go ahead and leave the garage now and give this thing a proper test. And since I'm sure this is going to be a heavily used vehicle because of that default crane, I'm going to be testing out the default crane as well, and just seeing what it feels like, especially from the standpoint of what it feels like compared to the normal cranes. And obviously you have a very, very, very wide selection of trailers that you can use, an extremely wide selection at that. It looks really good with the Tega tires. I didn't think that it was going to look this good with the Tega tires, but it looks great. All right, so let's pull up here, and I want it to be... Okay, there we go. Loading platform. Thank you. Let's just do consumables just for the sake of testing. So let's go into crane mode, and we'll put the anchors down. Dude, those are some beefy anchors, and they come out super quick. That's pretty dang good. That stretches out pretty far for a default crane. Like, the fact that this just comes with that, like, from the get-go, is really impressive. Like, really, really impressive. Wow, works really well, too. Winches really quickly, lifts really quickly. Different crane sounds, too, which is super interesting. Drop it in. And, I mean, normally would we do that? No. But you know for a fact that it'll pack if we do that. So let's see. Cargo management. Put it back in the trunk. We might as well throw another unit of consumables in it just to actually throw some resemblance of cargo in the back there. It's really cool. Oh, you even have that Bandit logo on the steering wheel. That's really cool. That's really cool. I dig that a lot. See beans over there. You got a lot of space in this interior. You're definitely not hurting for space. That's for sure. It's got an interesting driving position. It feels almost city bus-like in terms of driving position. Now, obviously, it's not super fast with the off-road gearbox, but that's fine. It doesn't need to be. It never needed to be fast with the off-road gearbox. Oh, God, it's got a lot of frame flex, though, between the cab and the bed. Like, that's pretty sizely, like, in terms of, like, an amount of, well, any amount of flex between the cab and the bed is like, oof. But this has a sizable amount of it, that's for sure. See if it'll work its way up that hill in low plus. Ooh, not quite. It almost does. Let's try that one more time. Actually, it unpacked the cargo, too. Let's try that in just standard low, because I wonder if I got into just a wheel spin situation. Oh my God. Oh my God. Come on. Oh, wow. It almost turned over and went backwards. That's crazy. That's crazy that it almost turned over and went backwards. I have a feeling, though, that if we were, you know, kind of hanging out towards the top of the hill and we were in standard low and bumped the clutch into low plus, I have a feeling that it would have been okay. Like, I have a feeling it would have been like, oh, yeah, we're good to go. Let's give it a test in the mud now. The mud is always an interesting test, especially for vehicles that have the Tega tires, because that's like, it's not necessarily just like a automatic, you know, automatic win for anything that has the Tega tires, but it is very, very good. It always has been very, very good, but every vehicle is different, especially in terms of weight, and tires are a big part of what makes a vehicle do what it does, but they're not necessarily everything. And if a vehicle is either too heavy, or if it's just like, if the chassis just doesn't like mud, then obviously you're not going to have as much performance as something that really does like the mud, even with the same tires. Now in the shallow mud, it's not bad. It's actually not bad at all. However, we're going to have to go to the slightly deeper stuff and see how it does in there. And based on what we just saw, I am going to imagine it's going to sink right away. In high, anyway. It's actually not. Wow, that's really impressive. That's really impressive. That's high range, too. Now, granted, wow, the speed doesn't change at all between high range and low plus in mud of that depth. Literally, you go the exact same speed. Turn! The turning radius is a little bit wide. This is where the real test is going to come in. Honestly, pretty dang good. Pretty dang good. What's the horn sound like? I haven't tested the horn yet, and I'm a little disappointed in myself. That's different. I don't hate it, though. Like, it's not necessarily the best heavy-duty horn in the world, but it's also not the worst. Like, I'm not going, oh my god, this is pathetic, like I said about the Apache. Alright, let's get out of here. Put it back in automatic mode, see if I can... There we go! I was gonna say, see if I can make it shift up into third. Alright, let's try the dips obstacle now. We'll try the dips obstacle, and we'll try the bridge jump. Of course we gotta try the bridge jump, but we will be putting a highway gearbox in it before we do that. Now the nice thing about it in here is we seem to just never have to worry about high centering the thing. Like, legitimately ever. It's just good to go. Like, look at that. You don't even have to worry about angling. I mean, yeah, you'll pick up some damage occasionally, but... man, you can just kind of, like, throw this thing around, and it just does whatever you want. Alright, now, we've reached the point in the test where it's time to repair and refuel. And then... garage. High-range gearbox. Now we've got an 8-speed. So... I think we'll be able to achieve some pretty decent pace off of the bridge jump. I mean, with an 8-speed, we better be able to. Oh, God. Turn. Thank you. Oh, jeez. Go, 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 go. God, it's like a little autocross in here trying to avoid all those cones. And somehow I still ended up hitting some of them. Sounds about like autocross to me. It's definitely not a bad truck to drive, though. Like, I like driving it. I really do. I enjoy driving it, actually. This thing would be a monster out in the Tamir region. Like, oh my god. Kola Peninsula as well. It'd be great there, too. And not only would it suit, suit those areas stylistically, but, I mean, capability-wise, this thing rocks. All right, let's go. Coming over the top of the bridge. Oh, geez. There's 7th. Oh! Oh, my God. Oh, all right. Well, that's how you finish a test, all right. You damage everything, minus the engine and the gearbox. and you dump your cargo, and you fly over the barrels. Sounds like a good result to me. But if you guys enjoyed this truck and enjoyed this look at this truck, let me know all of your thoughts on it in the comment section down below. I'm really curious to know what you guys think about this thing, and if you guys are going to be using it when Phase 2 officially launches. Also, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave it a like and subscribe, turn those notifications on, and I'll see you guys next time.